A very good morning to one and all. Dr. R.K. Taylor is an international author and academician. Currently, he is working with the Department of Business and Administration, School of Business and Commerce, Faculty of Commerce and Management, Manipal University, Jaipur. He holds the PhD degree in Commerce on the topic of Performance Appraisal, a comparative study of cement industries in India. Sir has completed his basic degree in Master of Commerce and Master of Business Administration, Business Management in Finance. Sir has been awarded with various prestigious awards like National Talent Search Award 2018, which is given by the Indian Accounting Association. He is also the Joint Secretary of the Indian Accounting Association, Durgapur, Jaipur branch. He has also been the head of the Department of Accounting and Taxation, Vice President of Inspira Research Association, Jaipur, Associate Editor of Indian Journal of Accounting, has also co-chaired 71 All India Commerce conferences. Sir is one among the very few robotic accounting experts in India. He has authored more than 50 books in the field of commerce and management and is associated with more than 30 national and international publishers for research association in various capacities. He is also the international reviewer of advanced research with more than 20 international publishers and associations. Sir has been the member for various professional bodies of different universities. He has also delivered lectures in various management colleges and institutions affiliated to UGC and AICT. He has also attended many seminars, symposiums, and conferences. We are very grateful to Sir for accepting our invitation and devoting his precious time for this webinar to share his knowledge with us. Thank you, Sir. Once again, welcome you and welcome all the participants.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for nice introduction delivered by me. At first, I would like to give thanks to the organizer first, who have selected me out of these type of crowd, which are galaxy of academicians are available everywhere. But it's a great opportunity for me to delivering and interacting with you all. For my brief introduction, I am not expert. I am just a researcher. I try to learn a number of things, and whatever I'm having, I try to deliver to all of my fellow colleagues and researchers and students who will be the future of our world, of our nation, and our esteemed education and academia. I would like to start my presentation, which is based on the content of robotic accounting. Friends, in present time, you all are aware about that accounting has changed. If we are talking about the student, or if we are talking about our research advice too, we would not have the practical aspects. Whatever we are having with us, it is just it has been obsolete. We don't know what is the present scenario and how we need to deal with the student. It is a big question with all of us. So don't you feel that in present time, the student requires lot of things? Student requires updated knowledge. Student requires the criteria by which they need to grow their knowledge, grow their, even they need to expand their knowledge with the help of present information and the availability of the environment we have. So these type of environment requires lot of things, lot of information, lot of updation, and I would say we need to start from us as a teacher, as a resource person of ourselves, our class, our content, or our university. We need to develop first, and then we need to give the updated information to our student, because in the present time, the scenario of accounting has changed. From day one, we all are aware about that there's a good meaning of commerce. Commerce is a dealing with the goods and services. But is time with the information technology era, the definition of commerce has changed. In present time, we don't have the content relating to commerce, but now the new word came, that is commodology. Those who have listened me earlier in many conferences and many my lectures, they know what the term is, and I have developed that term, that is commodology. Commodology is a term which is prepared. It is a group of commercial activity with the help of the AI, with the help of the information technology, which give us wings to work everywhere, which give us even motivation and a flow, so we can work anywhere. Right now, everything has changed. We are not working on debit credit, or earlier when we focus about that only commerce graduates can do accounting. But right now we are dealing with number of softwares which are available and anybody can do. So we have lot of opportunities, we have lot of sustainability with us, we have lot of new innovation. So I'm just explaining the way how can we sustainable through robotic accounting in the field of commerce and management and in the field of accounting. So it is just an overview idea which I want to give, because I cannot complete the whole process in just 1 hour. So okay, let us begin with the criteria which I would like to say. Yeah, in present business scenario, we all are affected with these problems. These problems are data transparency, data authenticity and their reliability, resource allocation, time utilization, security and satisfaction. These are the major issues which we feel in our accounting process. We know very well we are playing with the numbers, we are doing window dressing and how the data can be used in an effective manner. We want to sit at a home, but we are managing our business. We want to sit a place, and we believe that the management can be done through the internet. So that there's a problem in present time. You might have seen number of advertisements, number of situations on your TVs, on your number of advertisements also, that how the transparency may be broken by the hackers. What are the authenticity of data? Whatever data you are taking, is it authenticated by any organization or not? And what is the reliability? What is the reliability of data? Or even as an accountant, if you are talking, even as an auditor, if we are talking, what is the reliability of that particular report? Because the whole process comes through human, and there are a number of chances of doing errors. Okay, and then it comes to the proper resource allocation. The resource allocation is also a big issue, I would say, because with the help of the proper resource allocation, we can enhance the performance, we can increase the transparency, and we can increase the authenticity and reliability of data, which ultimately be benefited to the end users, to the investors, and to the employees who are working for us. Then there's one more problem we are having, that is time utilization. In presently, everybody don't have time. In spite of that, they are having a lot of time to work on. How we manage our time, how we manage the operating activity, financial activity, and the strategic activity. How we are dealing all these activity when we stuck. Do we taking any expert advice, or how we are managing the problems, or we are just lacking back of the problems and then we are moving further. So these type of issues are essential. And one last issue which is more important in present informative time, I would say, it is security and satisfaction. Security of your data, security of whatever entries you are doing, security. When we let us talk about a very good example. You want to buy a pair of shoe or a mobile phone from Amazon or Flipkart. You have a lot of option over there. You can just search it out. You can select your product. You can put it into your cart. But at the time of payment, you might have seen number of payment options are there, in which you are doing, which portal is good for you, and whether it is secure or not. This question comes to your mind every time whenever we do transaction. So ultimately, if there is any security, automatically we all are associated with our satisfaction, and it matters a lot. So it is not, we can say that earlier, whatever the accounting and finance people they are doing and they are dealing with the data, they could not be conscious about the satisfaction, that satisfaction part of the business administration. But now it comes with the information technology, that whatever data we have, whatever data authenticated we are giving to our investor, if the data is good, if the information is good, if the reporting is good, with the help of analysis and interpretation, then they can feel secure their money in our business, and then they can feel satisfaction. So these are the major issues in the commerce we are having in present business scenario. Let us begin with the next content, and that content, what is the robotic accounting actually? In my hundreds of webinars and conferences where I'm delivering that particular topic, robotic accounting, I find one question. Everybody thinking, what robotic accounting? When robotic accounting will take place, then it may maybe number of people will lose their jobs. When robotic accounting came, might be it does not affect their even transparency. When it came in existence, might be it hamper the working environment, whatever which is available earlier. So, and some people would say that it is the same as forensic accounting and cloud accounting. But we need to understand that what is actually the robotic accounting process is. In forensic accounting or cloud accounting, we need to focus on a particular aspect. A particular sector can be identified. But in robotic accounting, primary level to end level means from bookkeeping to reporting, every activity, every area, every phase are concerned with the robotics. And the management of that particular robotic accounting is managed by humans. We did not too afraid about when the robotic will came, automatically might be there is a chances of their losing of their jobs. It would not happen. It will only be circulated that when you are going to, or if we are going to implement the robotic accounting in our business scenario, it will directly impact on the performance of employees. It will directly impact on the investment criteria of the investors. It will directly impact the inventory management system, the bookkeeping system, report system, audit system, and automatically it will turn to the corporate reporting by which we can get more and more investment from our investors. They may feel safe in this environment. That's why it's a horizon of robotic accounting, which you all may understand easily, and it will really helpful for us too. Then we talk about a very good aspect that in present time, if we are not applying the robotic process automation in our decision making or in our any activity in our business transaction from operating level, financial level, or any decision making level, we feel this situation. Everybody, every step, maybe at the ground level, means maybe operational level, strategic level, or complex level, they are in trouble because they are dealing with the humans. They are dealing with the humans who consumes a lot of time, who consumes, might be some mistake would be there, might be some delay process will be there. But if you will implement the robotic process automation, you need to deal with the robots. Unfortunately, there's a myth in commerce and management. We will not prepare any report, but we'll prepare a robotic softwares which will impact on the work performance of us, simultaneously gives a good innovative environment, good practical environment by which we will automatically develop our concerns, and we can increase the performance of employees, and we can develop the way of working at the workplace. On the second time, when we thought that how the robotic will be important and what is the meaning of robotic accounting actually. So the robotic accounting consists of, it is my definition which I'm going to tell you. It is a software operated accounting system which removes human interfere in big data and repetitive tasks during business operations and planning, and also provides alternative decisions for uncertainty. You know, we are the commerce people. We are just focusing about it that whether we need to focus on the profit maximization, wealth maximization. So the profit maximization and wealth maximization both are in a different category. We don't need to focus on that whether it is associatively predicted or it will be impacted on the condition whether we'll achieve the profit in future or not. But these consistently removes the errors. These try to I would say improve the efficiency of employees, efficiency of your staff, efficiency of everybody who is connected with the business organization directly or indirectly, and simultaneously they will really enhance the capacity of the business. With the help of this system, which was prepared by the human being, which was prepared by the everybody who is working, they need to aware about that what are the consequences, what are the possibilities they have in their business organization. And one important thing also, that they will not focus on a particular software. I would like to give an example that we are working on the Tally or SAP we are having for accounting softwares, but the Tally and SAP are the different. This is just the base content which can be applied, and everybody can apply. But what are the basis how the report is to be generated, how the corporate structure can be generated, how the tax is automatically paid to the government. These has not yet been added, and the robotic accounting concises all the aspects at one together, and then the work is very easy, and the business expansion, new product development, research and development can be made through the business organization by the robotic accounting. There's one important aspect that how robotic process automation or robotic accounting works. Basically, robotic accounting work with the big data, blockchain, cloud computing, social media, smart sensors are there, advanced human computer devices are associated, RFIDs are there, and analytics are there. I would consult with the content relating to the robotic accounting syllabi. In many universities, I have developed the consent with the consent of academic councils and all. In future, the role of accounting will be changed. The role of accountant will be changed. Even that, we need to, as academician, we need to develop our content, because the student or the person who will handle the accounting system in future, they need to update. They need updation at present time. So all these systems, like they need to work on the big data, might be they need to work on social media analysis, they need to work on what are the computer devices they are having, they need to deal with maybe more than one counter by sitting at a place. So the blockchain, big data and analytics, they need to understand. They automatically needs to aware about that how the things can be converted with their profitable manner. And of course, it is also affected by us. We have number of examples in the present time. When you log on to YouTube, you might have seen, if you are watching a specific type of videos in a particular day, on the second time when you log in on YouTube, they'll give choices as per your like. These are the examples of analytics and big data by which they can crack your information, they can get your details, and accordingly, if we all might get more benefits. Now we talk about the robotic process automation in business and commerce. In business and commerce, robotic process automation has been applied. It is not a new concept. It has been applied by in supply chain and logistics. You can find out, you just put an order on Amazon, you find out, you can track your product, where it is, you can track your order, at what time they can give it to you, when you'll get that product at your home. Or if it is any problem you have, you just put any complaint and automatically it will be resolved. There is no human interfere. Toll plazas you all have seen in India. In present time, every toll plaza is through RFID. No need to wait over there. Automatically the amount has been deducted through your portal or through your bank account, whatever the toll tag, FASTag you have. If you're talking about education institutions, yes, robotic process automation have been implemented. Through robot with you all. Zoom is a platform. It's a robot platform which gives us facility to share views anywhere in the world through technology. Even online classes are also a good example of education institution. Then we talk about the insurance sector. In insurance sector, you can just log on to policybazaar.com. You can identify, you just put your information, whatever required information you have, you get everything, benefits with you. Number of policy like prices you can get on your screen, which whatever suits you, you just log on. That is also time constant and accounting part also. Hospitality sector is using that in hotels and restaurants also. They are using the robotic process automation in payment system, in online reservation, in check-ins, right? In financial sector, some like in basic accounting is doing by that, but in policy making, designing, or your strategic planning, big companies are doing in a very good manner. In production and operations, of course, the robotic automation is also applied in this case. And how we do and how we apply, big companies are doing inventory model in their production and operations part. They are also using the JIT tools in process manufacturing. They are doing lean manufacturing. So all the in that case, accounting part is there, from ordering, placing of order, managing of order, to inventory control, to their order issuing, to all the concerns or the working capital management they are doing. Even with the help of this, the robotic will tell you that whether you are in the condition to sustain your business, you want overcapitalization, or you are in the case of overcapitalization or undercapitalization. And if you are, then the robot will suggest you that whether the investment should require in a long term and or short term, which would be better. So the alternatives will be given by them, which for which you require a lot of uh, mental process which you do, that is managed by the robots now. Then we have areas that where we can apply the robotic process accounting areas, where we can apply the robotic process in the a bit in detailed way. I would say in capital budgeting, robotic process automation is applicable by the big MNCs and by the big companies in India. If you're talking about Tata, if you're talking about the Hyundai in India, they are doing very good. Financial planning you can plan accordingly whatever you have. So it is earlier I told you it is based on the pre-information whatever you have. The past data is available. On the basis of past data, it was a pre-managed system. It is a basically pre-managed system by created and designed by the human. So the primaries on the basis of some phases, they are doing that, and they can manage their budgeting part also. They are making their planning also, that what proportion of the funds they want, what proportion of the funds they want for their operating level, their strategic level, their managing level, and accordingly. For business expansion, it is also important. How it is important in business expansion, the robotic accounting earlier, they are not in the case. Normally, when we prepare our final accounts, at the end of the final accounts, we have just one concern about to match the final account, and then we need to prepare a report and we need to send to the auditors similarly, or to the stakeholders who are having their direct or indirect interest in our companies. But business expansion, they did not do. For the business expansion, the strategic management level people or the top management people will think about whether they have any opportunity for expanding in their business in a particular sector. But robotic accounting, when you apply the robotic accounting, when we apply the robotic accounting, it gives the sector-wide report. So which sector is good or which sector is not good, or where we can expand our business. These type of suggestions are also managed by the robotic accounting. If we talk about new product development, number of research can be done through new product development, and these all are presented and managed by robotic process automation and the robotic accounting. When we talk about the new product development or a new or a business expansion, so these are the major top management tasks which cannot be managed easily. So the areas are to be segregated through top level management. They need to define as whether these type of areas are quite enough for them or not. And even because we are having the separate tax systems, we are having separate production lines, content of the materials, content of the products, and even the taste of the consumers. So when we are just planning for identifying the new product, or we want to launch a new product, we need to read out the consent of the market. We need to read out the attitude of the customer. And in present time, the attitude of customer has changed. Their preferences has changed. They are now more focused on the reliability, brand, price. They can analyze, they can do research by the single click on your mobile phones. So they are more aware about. So we need to assess that what are the possibilities we are having for application of robotic process automation in the business and commerce, and how the business and commerce will deal and will adopt that robotic process automation. The biggest problem which we feel in application of robotic process automation is onboarding the employees. It is very biggest problem, which I'll share later on. Then if we're talking about demand forecasting, yes, we can do it. We are doing it presently through robotic accounting. You might have used the weather forecast on your mobile phone. You have the software over there. You just check it out. Even some notification automatically comes to you where it is shown that what will be the tomorrow's weather, whether it will be 2% higher, colder, whatever it is mentioned. So the data is there. They are working with the big data, and simultaneously they are giving warning for the future purpose. Similarly, we are also doing in a part of the, if we are talking about to implement as waiting lines. When we want to transfer, when we want to travel from one place to another place, we are just checking out. Right now, everybody knows the way. But apart from it, if it is a new place, we try to get the way, the path, through Google Map. And how the Google Map is working, you all know about it. It will tell you in present time. Recently, if you watch television in advertisement, there's a one quote line is there. Pooch ke to dekho. Google has started the voice command also. Whatever problem you have, you just ask with Google, and robot will answer to you. That is a robots. That is the system where they have included everything by which they can impart their knowledge, they can share their knowledge, they are ready to help because the scenario has changed. Earlier, we have a common scenario, common objectives in our robotics, in our accounting system, sorry, that we are there to earn profit. It's a main objective, but right now the objective has changed, my dear all. Right now, we are having two categories of objectives. One is primary objective, which is profit making, but the secondary objectives are also there. We need to satisfy the human resource, we need to satisfy the social aspect, means we need to focus on the CSR activities, as well as we need to work on the product development and expansion also. So whatever activities are concerned, we are not, if one activity is moving up, so we need to manage the other activities also. So we need to manage with all the activities, whatever we are having. We need to satisfy our employees, we need to satisfy our investors, even we need to prepare, we need to satisfy the government also. So the stakeholders and all the parties which are directly involved with the growth of the company or growth of the business are associated with it, and accordingly the research and development also having very good important share in the accounting part. So how it is, so these every step relates with the robotic process activity, and the robotic accounting plays an important part. Then we have the empowering the workforce. The empowering workforce is also important. In present time, everybody, those who have not yet touched the laptop or a computer, now they are taking online classes. Don't you think it's a power of innovation? Those teachers who don't know that how to operate a laptop, they are taking online classes. Even they are making their videos. They have opened their YouTube channel. Earlier, it was our dream to have food on our home. We are not in the capacity to prepare a food. We want to eat something, and right now you can do it. There are a number of apps are there. They serve at your home. So the capacity has been increased. But when we want to implement robotic accounting at our workplace, we need to empower the workforce. And for that purpose, training and development plays an important role. In the training and development department, they need to organize some workshops for applying their softwares and applying their accounting system, that how the robotic will be implemented in their system, and what are the growth and what are the pros and cons they have, they learn, and they need to work on it. Of course, it is also important for the reconciliation at workplace. It is important. Everywhere we know about the office politics, guys. From day one to day end, everybody is concerned with the office politics and how they do. So at that, if I'm talking about the consolidation part, so all the problems relating to diversity management, all the problems relating to the workforce engagement, these can be managed through robotic accounting system. And yes, these are in a very, very, very good manner to handle all these things. And yes, of course, it is also for analysis, interpretation, and reporting to all the stakeholders. It is much, much, much better than. And yes, it is also applicable for them because analysis, interpretation, and reporting is managed through robotic, and they'll get reports every time. I would like to quote one example because in our academia, we have a good university in Amritsar, Guru Nanak Dev University. They have applied the robotic process automation. So when the student entered, when any problem entered on your login, each and every step they have the track. So it increases the accountability, it increases the transparency, it increases the validity, and of course, time limit is there, so they can manage everything with the help of the robotics. Now we talk about the other aspects also. The aspects in the how can we apply robotic process automation in accounting and finance. In accounting, into bank transaction, sales management, people are just doing the sales and whatever they need to manage, all they are doing with that. As an inventory, I've already discussed, I have already quoted an example about the Flipkart and Amazon. They are managing their inventory. Whatever they have, you just put an order to your phone, be you can get an order within 1 day or 2 days if availability is there. And there you is that put your order into Karnataka might be, but you can get on the next day. How they are managing that robots manage. And apart from it, they are also applicable for receivable and payables management. They are doing it with the help that receive robotics. They are doing their payables or need not provide as a burden in the accounting process. The fixed means whatever financial statement you have, whatever the financial information you have, that information is to be managed through fixed asset. So the robot will suggest you the 2 or 3 alternatives that where if you have any more excess fund, you can transfer the fund to the fixed asset, which would have what are the overvaluation or undervaluation of the particular fixed asset. You can manage accordingly. Financial planning is also there. Planning and reporting. Robotics is very important. Through one click, you can transfer your reports. So by accountant. I would say in present time it is managed by robots. So particular robotic yeah. So this is a disadvantage of the system. Basically, when you want to implement your robotic process, you need to develop your resources. Resource allocation is very important. Without resource allocation, you cannot manage the accounting process in a good manner. You cannot apply robotic process automation in your business in any way. So we need to be more conscious about it, that whether if we are applying the robotic process automation in our system, now the robotic process automation can be explained and what are the important aspects we are having. So similarly, to focus that robotic process automation in the field of accounting and finance. I have discussed that management we do in financial planning and for reporting, we can apply in robotic process automation. Apart from it, in tax planning also it is applicable. It is applicable in Government of India's portal. In income tax, you go, you just check it out. It's a primary one level portion is there. You can file your return. You information automatically tax calculation is to be done by the software. But the criteria is a little bit smaller, but the government has started. If you're talking about payroll processing, yes, some companies have started their payroll processing. They have developed their ID cards, their employees' ID cards in a very good manner, RFID. Wherever they go, automatically it reaches the attendance. No need to mark your attendance offline. Even the same thing has been applied by some universities in India for the student welfare also. Verification and validation of document also it is applicable. It is working on in the part because the less and frauds are going on. So for reducing the frauds and errors and verification also to identify an application. Then we have internal process. For internal process, internal audit process, I would recommend what is very important because it gives a way every activity can be assessed through their IP address to their team. So automatically it transferred, automatically it covers the performance, automatically it covers the validity, and we can identifying the that how we are associated with the robotic activities, or whether these activities are problem. So in this case, we need to aware the contact that these are positive with the force also. Now, there are some examples where robotic process automation have been implemented already. At toll plazas, we might have seen in banking sector, at the first level, they have implemented robotics, means when you talk to any person online, automatically this robot will help you. For your filling of form, or for your document verification, the process is going on, and it is also implemented. It will be sooner. You find out that in loan processing unit and for your NPA calculation, robotic process automation is working. In insurance sector, of course, if you are talking about, I have already quoted, in FMCG sector, yes, the customer attitude and customer preferences. So these all things are also associated with that, and accordingly, we need to focus that whether these are probable or not. If we are talking about in IT sector, in IT sector, all the things are associated, and we need to focus on it. That number of things are concerned with the IT sectors, and how can we take opportunistic way. In hospitality, we would say that in hospitality, number of people are using, number of companies are using as and when they are focusing on their robotics, and they are meaning that the authenticity and priority can be defined. On the other hand, if we talk about in medical sector, yes, some surgeries are also doing through robotics. So in hospitals, if I'm concerned about the commerce and management and accounting, so the accounting part is taken by the robots, software robots. They are giving each and every information. They are passing each and every information, and they are working the operating process smoothly, apart from their medical part. And fortunately to share with you all that in the field of education, we all are using robotics in an efficient way. We are assessing the answer sheets of the student. We are delivering the lecture to the students. We are doing how the student feeling good, and how the integrity and justification of the students' work can be validated. Even in present time, whatever work we are doing, we can justify through Turnitin. The validity comes, and automatically they are doing. Nobody is reading audio material. Nobody is doing. So don't you feel that this is a whole era? The whole system has been adopted, but in our commerce and management as an accounting, we need to focus more. Now I would like to tell that how we are using the robotic process automation in academia. As we all are from the teaching fraternity, we are in this field. We need to identify that what is the process of robotic accounting system we are doing. It doesn't mean that only in the other field we are using. In academia, if we are talking about, the course registration is done through online. Automatically, it comes to the attendance management. When the student joins the class, automatically the attendance will be transferred through the system, and it marks there. So there is no discussion from the student that whether they are present or not. Automatically, if they join, automatically attendance will be transferred. If they are not joined, if they are automatically they are absent. They need not to argue with you. For the class management, automatically the teachers need to update their lectures online. The portal is there, or at a school level or at a department level. They have the student can log in and get benefited their lectures, online lectures, live lectures, or maybe recorded lectures. They can do it. Student assessment and valuation you can do. You can in present time, a lot of things are there by which you can apply in the student engagement, student assessment, and evaluation in your classes in anywhere wherever you want to. And apart from it, feedback monitoring is also there. They can identify by the feedback. You might have seen, not even academia, everywhere in the field, for the feedback assessment, they can use the robotics. Google Form is one of the good example of it. Microsoft Form is a good example of it. In Microsoft Form, if you are talking about, they assess the student's answer sheet, but just you need to fill the marks and assessment score, that on what ground the assessment can be made. The whole process of in our academia is applying and adopting that particular robotic system in their organizations. In alumni management, if would say, yes, it is also a big part by accepting the alumni's engagement priority to growth. So automatically it transfers to the college or the business organization too. Placement management is also managed by them. Feed forward management, that is very important in academia. Feed forward. One student's problem create lots of problem of other student. One student can be transformed in a good manner. So the in present time, what we are doing, and normally we need to apply the robotic process automation of resolving the system, resolving the problem, whatever they hear. So with the help of this robotic automation, they can get their problems identified. No need to put to write their name. Automatically they just use the whatever portal we have for the feedback, and accordingly all the problems can be registered, and we all are aware to identifying that what the students are having problem and how can we resolve it. Even suggestions are also suggested by the robots. Expert session management, I am also the good example of it today. We can manage everywhere. No need to, whatever problem we have, we need to manage that particular problem, and accordingly that thing should be managed through robots. So I would say overall evaluation can be done by that. So the robotic system is not new, but we need to understand the robotic system first. What are the essential aspects of robotic system? What are the applicability and what are the adaptability system? We need to aware that. So at the end, I would say we need to focus on the challenges first. If we are going to implement the robotic accounting, see, there is a present innovative field. We can do a lot of research in through robotic accounting in any area, maybe financial area, cost area, or service sector, or anywhere we can do. Because in present time, the attitude of customer, their satisfaction level, their behavior has changed. So we need to adopt the behavior and attitude. So for that purpose, we need to identify the impact, that how we need to implement the robotic process automation in their field. If we are going to apply, then what are the consequences we have? So for that purpose, we need to apply the concept of 3A developed by me. I'm telling you what is the concept of 3A. In concept of 3A, we need to aware about, we need to opt three important aspects. The first aspect is awareness. In the awareness, we need to aware about that what robotic accounting is, how robotic accounting will be applicable in the business or any industry or any unit where you want to apply. So you need to read out all the consequences, all the aspects of robotic accounting. Then you need to try to adopt. How we adopt? What are the opportunities and challenges we are having for adoption? Whether it will be suited for me, means in if there is a robotic model was developed for FMCG, whether this model will be suitable for manufacturing industry or service industry. If we have a good model for education industry, whether this model will be suitable for FMCG or any other industry. So we need to identify the applicability. After adoption, we need to identify the applicability, whether it is applicable for me, how it is working with me, and all over, we need to maintain a robotic process automation assistance team. Because if there is no maintenance team, we cannot manage. Even in my lecture, when there was a problem in Zoom or might be in internet, I lose contact to you all. That is the background which we need to manage. Sound resource planning. Sound resource planning. Apart from sound resource planning, we need to have a good maintenance team. Because if anybody is working on the robotic, he must be trained. He must be aware about that what are the pros and cons, and if there is any pros and cons, how to handle it. Then what are the reporting standards they have, and how the robotic will be implemented for the robotic standards, and what comes if we are going to prepare our software, if we are going to prepare our robotic system in our organization. So what are the pros and cons? What are the maximum information we want to feed in the system so that automatically decision came out through robots? This is all about, and this is me myself, Dr. Tira. It's a brief profile for you. So whatever problem, if you have any robotic accounting related queries, anything, you can contact me on that. So it is my end of the presentation. At the end, I would like to, because whatever time allotted to me, I'm just time out I try to manage in time bound. So thank you so much, the organizers especially, who have given me the opportunity to interact with you all, to share whatever my views are on the robotic accounting, how robotic accounting is important, and what are the important aspects of robotic accounting which we can apply in our academia, in our in the content, whatever we want to, that covers the whole part. So over to you, organizers. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity for handling that wonderful session, which was managed by you. Thank you, sir. Hand it over to you, sir.
Thank you so very much, sir. It was really an innovative session, and the participants has hope they have liked it very much. Now I request Anusha or Gauri to give a vote of thanks. Anusha?
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes. Thank you, sir. It was really wonderful session. You have given us very knowledgeable session regarding robotic accounting, and you also had told us about the applications of robotic accounting. Hello.
Yeah, Anusha, you are audible. Go ahead, please.
Sorry for the disturbance. Thank you for the very knowledgeable session, sir. And there are some questions from participants, sir. Can I pose?
Yeah, please. Sir, if you don't mind.
Hello.
Tailor, sir.
So the first question is,
Yes, please.
do we have any robotic accounting softwares?
Yeah, presently IBM and Wipro, they have their accounting software, but it is separately, because if you want to implement in your organization or might be in accounting part, so you need to develop your own model. Earlier, I told you in my slides that if you want to implement robotic process automation in your system, you need to develop your own, because the model is not suitable for you. What are the objectives you have? What are the aspects you have? So these are different. You need to you need to create that system at your own level, so that it may increase the performance. Might be sometimes it happens that we need to be a part of it, we need to adopt it, but sometimes when we listen accounting or robotic accounting, it's quite good, quite sounds good, but there are some challenges also. So you need to design yourself, means as per your organization. You need to take care of your employees as well, because the employees or your subordinates or colleagues might be sometimes not expert, or they are not quite enough handle to the system. So the training and development part should be there, and maintenance team should be there. So one time it requires a lot, but there should be a separate accounting system. They are working for you. If you want to develop, they can help you to develop and design the robotic process automation for your organization. Yeah, thank you. Next question, please.
Thank you, sir. And one more question. Is triple entry system of accounting is an application of robotic accounting only? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Anusha.
Hello? Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Sir, is triple entry system of accounting is also an application of robotic accounting?
See, the system of accounting, practically, I would like to tell you, it has been obsolete. In present time, don't you feel that we have only a system of the transferring the entries? Right now, we are just dealing with the data, whatever we have. In present time, we are just filing a data. If you want to, if I'm quoting an example of a tally, you just need to fill a single press, whatever you want to feed, and automatically it covers to your financial statement and ratios. So you don't need to revive all these things. But the thing is, automatically when you do, so the robotic process accounting will deal with the scanners and barcodes which were developed by you, with each and every information whatever you have filled in there. So it is not, it is a part of it. It doesn't the whole part of robotic accounting, but yes, it is associated with robotic accounting. Please. Next question.
Thank you very much, sir. That's all, sir. If any participants want to ask any questions, they can unmute themselves and ask.
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Yeah, any questions?
Yes, Anusha, any more questions?
As of now, no, sir. Sir, one more question, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, please, please.
Does robotic accounting will impact HR?
Of course, it is doing HR. Yeah, sure. In present time, I mentioned in my slide that the problem is onboarding, employee onboarding. If you all deal with the big content, if you deal with the big content of the big organization, if you will join, no, there is no interaction between you and human resources. But primary level onboarding tasks are managed by robotics. They are working all the primary level tasks. They are filling it, and apart from it, your assessment and other aspects also managed by the HRs. So they have implemented for you. They have implemented whatever design you want to, whatever analysis you want to. So that is one of the effect, even area they have already applied robotics. One more question I'm having here, that what is a future discussion on robotic accounting? I believe in future, if you want to sustain, you cannot live without robotic accounting. If you want to sustain, if you want to make your career in robotic accounting or in financial accounting in future, you must learn, you must engage with robotics. Otherwise, you may be obsolete and you may be kicked out from there. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was such a pleasantful presentation on robotic accounting. Many of us never knew about this particular concept. You have enlightened us with such a wonderful and very simple, in very simple and understandable way. I hope this has led to a very high knowledge to our participants, and I hope we'll collaborate again in the future with respect to the similar aspects. And Anusha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I request Anusha to render the vote of thanks.
First of all, I want to thank Dr. R.K. Tailor, sir, for devoting his precious time for sharing his knowledge. I would also like to thank the participants for their interactive participation. And I want to thank ICT Cell for providing the infrastructure for conducting this webinar. I want to thank the Department of Management for conducting this event. Thank you one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anusha. Thank you once again, sir. So, my dear participants, we will be having a next session, that is the fourth session at 3:30 p.m. today. So, kindly join us for the fourth session of this 5-day virtual workshop. Thank you. We'll meet again at 3:30 p.m. today. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
ಅಂತಾರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಾಗ ಅವಾಗ